Okay, this is the continuation of invalid memories on page 55, just to finish it. So, we heard in the last video that time heals all wounds. Next, more than being willing to change, we need to shift the very premise of our perception before we can actually guard against the recurrences of similar invalid experiences. Whether or not we recognize and resolve the invalid before shuffling off the mortal coil, they are in fact non-existent because our perceptions were inaccurate. Even though we are able to retain them in ahankar while we are alive, in spite of their false status, they do not transfer to the subtle body when we die, because the physical mind that gave them life dies with the body. Anything inaccurate or invalid cannot sustain itself indefinitely, because the physical vehicle to which it is attached has a finite life. This is why at the time of death the dying are able to forgive grudges held for a lifetime. Before dying, a person is usually able to recognize the invalidities of all of the negative perception incurred during that life. The continuous engaging of invalid perceptions indicates a lack of personal wisdom and a separation from the cognitive self. Although invalid memories are not retained in the subtle body after death, the condition of our wisdom faculty as well as our cognitive accomplishment or lack thereof leaves a definite imprint, a definite deposit in our karmic account that affects our next birth. Okay, I repeat that again. Although invalid memories are not retained in the subtle body after death, the condition of our wisdom faculty, as well as our cognitive accomplishment, or lack thereof, leave a definite imprint, definite deposit in our karmic account that affects our next birth. So it's saying here, the wrong perceptions are deleted, but not the results of the actions. And if we want to do that, then we have to use techniques that relinquish the karma. That means we have to connect ourselves very deeply with the source of existence, and we have to come to a cognitive state and clear our ego, make our ego more pure, means to come into a more real position, not into a falsely imagined identity of ourselves. So if we connect ourselves like this, then our ego is changing, our whole perception is changing, and then also karma will be affected. That's what I wanted to add here to summon up this chapter, and thank you again for listening. I'm looking forward to your comments, and bless you, and all glories to Dhanvantari.